let's start. It gives me great pleasure in availing of this opportunity to attend and participate in the deliberations of the 47th meeting of the National Development Council. I express my appreciation to the Prime Minister for convening the meeting. This meeting is of great significance as it will specify the approach to the 9th plan which will take the country to the 21st century. The launching of the 9th plan in the 50th year of independence gives us an opportune moment to take stock of the success and failures of our planning process with a view to providing appropriate directions for the desired socio-economic development for the country. Our principal task in the 9th plan will be to usher in a new era of people-oriented planning in which not only the government at the center and the states but the people at large, particularly the poor, can fully participate to achieve our desired aim of providing equity for all while at the same time accelerating the rate of growth of the economy. Meghalaya still remains economically backward due to historical reasons, geographical isolation, difficult terrain, and other factors. The resource base is very narrow. The state also lags behind going by socio-economic indicators. A substantial stepping up of public investments is very necessary during the 9th plan within bracket 1997 to 2002 so as to bring the state to the average national level. This is also true in the case of other states of the northeast para. In hill states like Meghalaya, private investment is almost non-existent. The situation is not likely to improve even during the course of the 9th plan. The quantum of investments made by financial institutions and banks is meager, and the state has to depend mainly on the government budgetary resources for their development programs. The credit deposit ratio in Meghalaya is very low and stood at 15.8% as on March 1995. Due to the unsatisfactory industrial climate, private capital investments are likely to continue to shy away from Meghalaya and other northeastern states. In view of this, the inadequate flow of non-government resources of Meghalaya and other special category states as compared to other states of the country will have to be counterbalanced by a positive bias of government investment so as to enable these states to make meaningful progress. These states do not also get the benefit of the externally aided projects. I am grateful to the Prime Minister to making an announcement of clearance of a number of central projects for the Northeast during his maiden visit to the region in October 1996. I would request the central government to complete all the formalities relating to these projects at the earliest and also to start implementing them in right earnest for the benefit of the entire northeastern region. In view of their narrow resource-based emphasis in planning strategy and investments for the northeastern states and other special category states should be need-based and on the absorption capability and less on contribution of resources made by these states. I would request the government of India to consider this matter very seriously. If the investment gap required for the development of these states is to be met, the present system of sanction of central plan assistance of 90% grant and 10% loan for the special category states may also be converted into a 100% grant, since central assistance sanctioned in the form of loan does not serve the development interest of these states, which are already burdened with huge revenue deficits. I appreciate the point mentioned at page 41 of chapter 4 of the approach paper relating to the development of the Northeast. Truly, the gaps in the northeastern region in terms of power communication, railways, civil aviation, roads, education, etc. are huge, and this needs to be identified and the gaps bridged at the earliest through central intervention so as to enable this region to join the mainstream of economic development of the country. The focus of development programs for this region should be aimed at creation of employment opportunities, provision of basic minimum services, promoting efforts toward land and water management, flood control, communication, credit availability, industrialization, tourism, exports, transport, infrastructure, power, etc. Broader area development and completion of ongoing projects both in the central and state sectors are to be given special emphasis. Stop. Respected Prime Minister and distinguished members of the National Development Council. It gives me great pleasure to participate in this meeting of the National Development Council convened for finalizing the approach to the 9th 5-year plan. We are meeting today in an atmosphere where we are convinced that a democratic coalition can prove to be a successful form of governance and possibly a better one when it comes to the sphere of economic development, and a consensus approach to the problems confronting the common man, the common minimum program envisioned by the United Front government as the cornerstone of its approach to socio-political and economic problems of the country has been widely accepted. Expectedly, therefore, the approach to the 9th 5-year plan as envisaged by the present government flows from the basic philosophy enshrined in the common minimum program. I am sure the spirit of common approach will continue to guide our working in all walks of life and develop a healthy center-state relationship in the years to come. This is also a moment of immense satisfaction for the people of Jammu and Kashmir and for me personally to present an elected government in Jammu and Kashmir in this august body. After a gap of 9 years, the successful conduct of elections in the Jammu and Kashmir state last year, after 7 years of externally inspired militancy, has not only given a crushing blow to the nefarious designs of our enemies, but has also vindicated the humanistic, ethical and moral fabric of Kashmir's history, which has withstood such stress and strength in its history even earlier. The massive mandate given by the people of Jammu and Kashmir has proved to the entire world the unflinching and undeterred commitment of the Kashmir to a peaceful, secular and disciplined social and political order within the last 4 months of popular rule in the state. Not only has there been a general lessening of militant activities, but several programs for mass employment, drive against corruption, vigorous anti-militancy operations and economic development have been launched to the satisfaction and relief of common man. Stop. Para. Thank you. Jai Hind. Jai Mera Bharat.